What's up YouTube, this is AlphonZeus of TeamIronMan12, and here I am with an updated deck profile on Pale Moon Soul Tamer. Pretty much my last video, a bit shaky, so I'm going to update it, stabilize it, so let's see what you guys like. Let's go. Starting Vanguard, go across the gap. Best starting Vanguard in Pale Moon in my opinion. Her skill, Counterblast 1, put her into the soul. Grab any Pale Moon unit, not named Go across the gap, call it out to a rearguard circle. Pretty much this is great because if you have to ride a grade 1 with like Turquoise or Magician, you can just call them out and you don't have to worry about wasting a grade 1 for your ride phase. My trigger lineup. I run 4 heal triggers, which is the standard. Of course, 2 candy clowns, 2 popcorn boys because their artwork are great. I run 6 crits, 4 poison jugglers, and 2 dynamite jugglers. Poison juggler's skill. Put him into the soul from a rearguard. One of your Pale Moon units gets plus 3k. That's amazing when I want to hit for game, when I want to hit those magic numbers. And I run 6 draw triggers. 4 Rainbow Magicians and 2 Spiral Masters. Now the reason I run 4 of Rainbow Magician is because you don't have to counterblast to use his skill. So, when the unit that he boosts, if it hits Soul Charge 1, put him back into the deck. So even if I soul charge a trigger, you don't have to worry because this trigger is going to go back into the deck. So you pretty much broke even on that trade. Now, my grade 1s. I run 3 Hades Hypnotists. This is because my Pale Moon deck is a very offensive type deck, so I don't have really that much time for defense, and since 3 is considered the minimum, I'm going to leave it at that. But if when cross rides come out, I may need to bump that up to 4. So we'll just see how it works out currently. Let's see. 4 of Turquoise Beast Tamer. She's the ideal booster in the deck. When Crimson Beast Tamer is in the soul, she gains 3k during my turn. That's great because she is a consistent 9k booster, which helps all the rear guards hit magic numbers. That's why I run 4 of her. She's very important. I run 2 of Magician of Quantum Mechanics. This guy is Counterblast 1, put him to the soul, grab a Pale Moon unit that's not Magician, call it out to rearguard circle. At the end phase, put that same rearguard into the soul and tag him back out. This is great when it goes into the other combo. Jumping Glen. Her skill is, when called out from the soul and placed on the rearguard, she gains 3k. Therefore, instead of boosting for 7, she boosts for 10. That is amazing for 1 counterblast, and therefore that's why I run 2 of each, because then again, Pale Moon is a very counterblast heavy deck. Therefore, you want to have a limited supply of these, and would only use this combo whether or not you have game or in the end game in general. So this combo is very good for that moment. And finally, I run 3 of Purple Trapezist. Her skill is, when she's placed on rearguard, choose another Pale Moon unit to put into the soul, and then grab a Pale Moon unit that's not Purple Trapezist and call it out to a rearguard circle. This is great because, say if I have Crimson or Jumping Glen and I want to put that into the soul, call it to a random rearguard, use Purple Trapezist, put that in, and then tag out. This can actually help save you using the counterblast for Go Across the Gap too, so that's why I run 3 of her. The thing is, since the cross rides are going to be becoming popular by the time set 4 or 5 comes out, I'm going to need to probably drop this down to 2 and make the third one a perfect guard. Now let's go to the grade 2 lineup. I run 4 of Dancing Princess of the Night Sky. She was a new card in set 7, and I run 4 of her because she is extremely important to the deck. Because when she's placed on the Vanguard or rearguard circle, Counterblast 1. If you do, search your deck for any grade 2 or lower Pale Moon card and soul charge it. This is probably one of the best because you get to soul charge Crimson Beast Tamer, you get to soul charge Magician, Jumping Glen. You can pretty much soul charge any, you get soul charge, well, at least most of the Pale Moon units from the deck into the soul. And therefore, not only do you get to soul charge the right card instead of soul charging the wrong card, it also helps thin out your deck for triggers, and that's why I leave her at 4. I run 3 Hungry Clowns. This is because, I don't really think the other Pale Moon units are, well, the other grade 2 Pale Moon units aren't that impressive, and plus I can probably use a random soul charge or so if I don't have Dancing Princess. Because the skill is, when this unit attack hits, you may soul charge a card if you have a Pale Moon Vanguard. So this guy's alright, but once Pale Moon gets a grade 2, that if it hits, unflip 1 damage, I'm going to be replacing Hungry Clown with that card. And finally, 4 of Crimson Beast Tamer. She's pretty much a good engine for the deck, because when she's in the soul, all turquoise and crimson, they gain 3k. Therefore, for a grade 2, instead of swinging for 8k, she swings for 11k, which is great for a grade 2 rearguard. For my grade 3 lineup, I have 1 Nightmare Doll Alice. Her skill, when this unit attack hits, counterblast 1, put this into the soul, and grab out any Pale Moon unit that's not Nightmare Doll Alice and call it out to a rearguard circle. Pretty much this is alright, because the thing is, for counterblasting 1 to grab any unit, it's really not that impressive, and she does not grab aggro away from the Vanguard, although in some situations her skill can actually be quite useful. So that's why I only run 1 of her. I run 3 Midnight Invaders. This is great for the fact that in Midnight Invaders, when it attacks the Vanguard, it gains 2k. Therefore, it can hit magic numbers easily with the Turquoise Beast Tamer at 21k, and even the Jumping Glen combo at 22k. And that's why he's an ideal grade 3 rearguard. I run 2 of Sword Magician Sarah. Her skill is that whenever she's boosted by a Pale Moon unit, it gains 3k. That's great, especially with Turquoise when it hits 22, and the Jumping Glen combo at 23, a magic number for cross rides. And plus, her other skill is that whenever I drive check a grade 3, I can put a grade 3 rearguard into the soul and tag out another grade 3 unit. That's great, because it's technically like a stand. So say if I swing in my Midnight Invader first, and I drive check with my Sarah, if I get another grade 3 unit, put him into the soul, tag him back out, so technically it's like a stand, which is amazing for that X factor. If you know that you're going to have some grade 3s in your drive check, you definitely want to consider putting Sarah as your Vanguard instead. And finally, the persona of the deck, Silverthorne Dragon Tamer Requiere. Her skill is whenever a unit is called out from the soul, she gains 3k, and her limit break 4, counterblast 3, call out a grade 0, 1, 2, and 3 unit. That's 4 units, so therefore she would gain 12k if it goes off, and you call out all 4. Now, the thing is, though, this is optional, though, so you may choose to call out maybe 1 unit or 2 units, because this limit break is actually pretty flexible. The thing is, though, if you're going to only call out 1 or 2 units with the skill, it's going to end up being quite a waste. But I use her for her second skill, because with the Jumping Glen combo, she hits for a solid 23, a magic number for cross rides. Now, the thing is, I don't always have her as the Vanguard, because if I can't do that soul charge tag, she won't hit that magic number, even with Turquoise behind her. I have to have the Jumping Glen combo behind her. And that's why I only want 2 of her, and to complement her, 2 of Sarah. And that's it for my deck profile. This is AlphonZeus of TeamIronMan12, and I will see you guys next time.